Yeah, I mean, someone with a lot of money is trying to get as many good entries as possible. I think I was listening to another stream this morning and they made a really good point. They were saying that pretty much anyone that's going to capitulate on their altcoins this season at this point has pretty much done so. So if you're going to capitulate, you're pretty much already out of the market. So I feel like for me and you, like as far as delusional optimism goes, like we're about as optimistic as you can be. And I know that, yeah, even this morning, like last night, right before I was about to fall asleep, I got a notification. I heard my phone buzz and I pulled it up and it said ETH is down like 7% to like 3,090. I was thinking in my head last night before I went to bed, I'm like, again, like what the fuck is going on? So, yeah, I feel like anyone that's gonna capitulate already has, which is good. And I feel like now, this whole deep seek thing with the AI coming out of China's tanked Nvidia price like 15% this morning. And it's just the timing of it, like the fact that it happens at night over the weekend when the markets are
Still
illiquid,
liquid.
no
Yep.
one's paying attention. It's just it's so planned, it's so intentional. And to me, it's just a distraction. It's just getting everyone to pay attention to that, gives it kind of an explanation for manipulation to happen. And then while everyone's focusing on DeepSeek, market makers are behind the scenes manipulating the hell out of everything.
Yep.
Um, so, I mean, I think we're probably pretty close to the end of the shenanigans for crypto, hopefully. I know we have FOMC. I believe it's on Wednesday,
Yep.
correct?
Hmm.
Yeah. So I feel like everything's pretty much priced in. I mean, unless Jerome wants to
Do
bang out
some.
everybody again,
Yeah.
I think what he's going to say is probably already pretty priced in. And I think that in February, we should be looking to run back February 2024 and have some good upside because I think everyone's shook out that's going to be.
Yeah. And it's funny you say everybody who's capitulated or that was going to capitulate has. Andy this morning, I don't know if you saw it, was green on the day. And so it was green because, and this is definitely why it was, because there's no other explanation for it. Everybody that would have sold is literally gone. They're gone. So when they talk about sellers are exhausted, you ever see the meme with David Goggins? Sellers are exhausted, and then it's a picture of Goggins, like basically saying he's not done running. He's not
Yeah.
exhausted, and
Well, I saw over the weekend, it said, I think because Bitcoin tweeted it out, I think it was yesterday. They said in the past 24 hours, 228,554 traders were liquidated. Total liquidations coming in at $614 million.
yep. So, and that's exactly what it was. It was, again, another liquidation event. Wick it down while everybody's asleep. Nobody's at the charts. It's illiquid right before the New York Open. That's just classic leverage trader death. They just fucking cook people. So, what was I saying with Andy? Oh, yeah. So, Andy, it was green on the day. Why? Because everybody that would have sold Andy or Wolf they're gone. They're literally gone. Which you're going to hear it again, is so bullish because as soon as that price starts moving up again, what happens is this is market behavior, this is market psychology. When everybody capitulates and they sell and there's literally no more sellers, obviously there's only going to be buyers at this point. Buyers are going to step in. They're going to start pushing the price up again as Ethereum starts moving up again. And then everybody that capitulated at the lows starts FOMOing back in as the price goes up. And that's where you see those parabolic blow off tops happen, is because you basically shake out everybody that you possibly could. They're still watching the price even though they sold the asset because they're going to be like, well, did I sell the low or is it going to still go back up? So it always happens. And then people FOMO back in and the shit just starts pumping again. So that's actually huge. I love that. So I was telling you before we got on the stream, I'm gonna buy again this week more Andy and Wolf just because I know ETH at the worst case scenario goes to $6,000 or $7,000 before the summertime. It's like, all right, well then my bags are gonna at least do 6 to 8x worst case scenario. So I'm just gonna buy more. But anyway, you got anything else on that though?
Yeah, I mean, I think that before, whenever this was happening, we kept flushing people out of Andy and Wolf. To me, it was making me nervous because I was thinking in my head, like, these people who are getting burnt on these trades and are losing faith in the asset, like they're just going to go away for the rest of the cycle. You think, okay, well, people get burnt. They're going to be exhausted from the asset. They're not going to want to be back into it because of what happened. It didn't work out for them the first time. But, I think about to when I was not knowing at all what was happening in crypto last cycle, whenever I was investing in Dogecoin, I was thinking about it. It's like, well, I bought the high, or I bought it when it was up, then it pulled back a little bit. I sold it for a loss. And then even though I had gotten burned on it, I was still getting the notifications from Robinhood because I had invested in it previously saying Dogecoin's up 6%, Dogecoin's up 15%. And I'm like, oh shit. Then I'd ate back in and, it'd be the same cycle over and over and over again. So yeah, it's exactly what you said. Even though people got out of it and capitulated, they're still going to be watching it. They're still going to be getting the notifications from their investment account saying, hey, the price is up this much, the price is up this much. And once we start getting a few green days in a row, everyone's going to be coming back. So, yeah, I think, again, like we've been saying, if you believe in Ethereum going up this cycle, at least above previous all-time highs, which would be pretty much back above 5,000, which, that move from where it's at now is like a 60% move just to get to previous all-time highs.
Mm-hmm.
And I think based off of how much World Liberty Financial was buying up the day before and the day of inauguration, if you don't believe in Ethereum going up, you're wrong.
Yep.
You know, Trump's in the most powerful position possible to be able to positively or negatively influence the market. And if he's telling his investment company to buy $150 million plus of Ethereum, he's got something planned. So I'm going to trust that over my emotions and let it ride.
Exactly. Yeah. As soon as you look at it from a logical standpoint, you understand that it's going to go higher on a long enough time frame. You just got to be patient. Because just it's again another meme, but just as quick as it's so over, we're so back, right? It just takes 10% day on Ethereum for everybody to be like, oh, it's fucking pumping again, and then Boys Club starts going ape shit again. I mean, you saw it just even last week, the one relief bounce that we had on Ethereum. Andy and Wolf were both up 30% on the day. So, like I've said in the past, the reason that I'm so convicted on the Boys Club meta for my main conviction bags on Ethereum is because they trade exactly how they're supposed to trade. So I can rest easy at night knowing that I know when they're going to pump and I know when they're going to dump. So as long as Ethereum starts moving up again and starts pumping throughout this next, towards the end of Q1 and Q2, I know exactly how my bags are going to perform. Unlike Solana and assets on Solana, because a lot of people like to ape on Sol, you don't have that same type of confidence. You just have to know what the meta is right now and ape into that, and then obviously hit your couple of X's, get out, and go on to the next thing. It's very quick moving meta, very short attention span on that meta and Solana because the transactions are so quick, so low gas fees. Everybody's just cheating, moving around, which absolutely can be profitable because many people make a ton of money on Solana. I made a lot of money the one weekend with the inauguration, leading up to the inauguration with the Trump coins. That's great, but you can't hold anything on Sol long term with a high degree of confidence that it's going to move in unison with the Sol token itself or the rest of the market. It's not beta. So you're looking at it more from a like somebody who's on Sol. You have to be way more attentive to what's going on in the market, and you have to be way faster to move in and out of assets. You can't really hold things long term on Sol. ETH you can, right? Because you know how it's going to perform against the market. That's the confidence that you have in the Boys Club. So you got to look at that as a long-term positioning. Accumulate those bags, Andy, Wolf, Brett, Pepe. Let those sit for the rest of Q1, Q2. And then if you want to play in the trenches, you want to play on Sol, inter-month, inter-weekly with those positions, sure, do that. You can make money doing that. But ETH, I'm not fucking selling none of that shit, dude. I'm just buying more.